Yo, was geht up? This is Max from Real Social Dynamics. Today we're snowboarding in the Austrian Alps a little bit, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how you can develop unshakable, razor-sharp self-confidence that is extremely attractive to girls. And I'm not going to give you some quick fix BS situational confidence tricks. I'm actually talking about how you can induce real change into your life. So you can walk down the street, you can be in a nightclub, you can be in a bar, you can be at your job, you can be at university, and just feel you deserve the most attractive girls. You feel confident in yourself and in your abilities. In fact, in this video, I'm going to be talking specifically about how you can let go of the past, how you can eliminate all the negative self-conscious thoughts in your brain. I'm going to even be talking about a little bit of physiology, little body language hacks that you can do in order to get more confidence, and basically everything that makes you feel like you deserve very, very attractive girls in your life, so you can go out, take action, and everything is simple and easy. How great is that? Now these are things that I've been working on over years, okay? If this is the first time watching one of my videos, this is not some schmuck video written by some guy who doesn't go out, by some journalists for some like clickbait BS. I've been devoting my entire life into this. I've been on 4 world tours. I've been teaching this for years now, teaching thousands, tens of thousands of men in person, hundreds of thousands of men and women online. I've devoted my entire life for this. So if this is one of your first times watching my videos, then please do consider hitting that subscribe button right underneath this video. Next to that is a little bell symbol. That way you always get notified every time I'm dropping new content. It helps the channel out a great deal. That being said, let's crack right into it. There's 2 types of confidence. There's the situational confidence and there's true inner self-confidence. What is situational confidence? You might have had that yourself, you know, it's your birthday, you're out with all your buddies, you've had a couple drinks and you just feel confident. Maybe you are a bartender and you're the king of your bar and you're extremely high in social status at the bar. But the moment you leave the bar, your situational confidence is gone. I've had clients that were, for example, surf instructors on a beach resort, and as long as they were at the beach resort, they were the kings, they were the surf instructors, so they had high amounts of self-confidence, situational self-confidence. But the moment you would take that person out of their environment, their confidence would lack. And in fact, because they know how it is to have situational confidence and now they don't have it, they would feel the impact of the lack of confidence even more, and it's bad. Which is why you want to much rather develop true inner self-confidence that is independent of time, independent of where you are, independent of your social status. You're just one of these guys that has it. Understand that? Let's crack into the first part. And the first thing I want to talk about here is the notion of you either have it or you don't, you know? Some people are born with amazing confidence and some people just don't have it. And, you know, I think that's a little bit of the mainstream narrative just kind of poisoning us a little bit there. Nobody really talks about, well, maybe you could work on your confidence. Maybe confidence is many times the result of hard work, of overcoming hardship, of going through challenges, which is true. That is the actual meaning of true confidence. So you got to understand here, by saying some people have it, some people don't, are you putting yourself in a state of empowerment? Or are you putting yourself in a state of disempowerment? Because when you say some people have it, some people don't, it's easy to just throw the hands in the air and say, you know what, I don't have it. Guess there's nothing I can do about it. Herpity-derpity, hoping the lift is going to bring me to the top and I don't have to do anything. Well, that's not really a nice position to be in. However, if you say, well, some people have it, some people might not have it, but you can always work on it and get it through hard work, now you're in a position of empowerment. Now you can feel better about yourself, and now you're actually setting yourself up to take proper action. Which brings you to the next point here, and this is another big misunderstanding that the mainstream narrative tries to feed us. What is true inner self-confidence? What is it even? Many people think, oh, true inner self-confidence means you're gonna think, oh, I'm the best guy ever, I'm gonna win, yeah! But that's not what true inner self-confidence is. True inner self-confidence is rather something very humble. A person full of humility, full of knowing that they could fail or win, but they'll be fine no matter what. So to really summarize that, true inner self-confidence doesn't mean, oh, I'm gonna win no matter what. It rather means I'm gonna do my best, and whether or not I win, I'll be fine. So you see that here, and this is something you can see with pro athletes, with business owners, billionaires, etc. They all have the sense of humility. And it's usually the people who are not at the top, usually the people who want to overcompensate things that say, I'm going to win no matter what. But in all true honesty, if you wake up in the morning and you're tired and you're hungry and you're drained, you're not gonna think, or you're not even gonna believe that you're gonna win no matter what. You're actually gonna be having a much more humble way of thinking about self-confidence. And that is what it means to be truly self-confident on the inside. All right, so let's talk about the next point here. Failure. Because I believe it was Master Yoda who once said, the greatest teacher failure is. And that's very, very true. And that's connected to self-confidence, because the person who has true inner, the person that has true inner self-confidence actually has failed much more than you might think, which kind of connects to what we said earlier. You're getting this humility, you're getting this deep trust in yourself that no matter if you win or lose, you're gonna be fine. And failure brings you to that knowledge. Failure brings you to that realization. So the greatest teacher failure is. Which means what you have to do is you have to put yourself into situations where you're almost bound to fail. Not in a position where you're completely bound to fail, where you're like, okay, this is completely impossible. Like, you know, I'm 150 centimeters tall. I'm not going to become the next Michael Jordan, okay? But you got to put yourself in a position where you're almost bound to fail. It's kind of a little bit like snowboarding here. When you're taking a route that is very difficult for you, but not completely impossible, you're not going to jump down a cliff if you're a beginner, but you're taking a route that is almost too difficult for you, and you do it, you're putting yourself in a position of win-win. Because either you make it down and you're actually much better than you thought and you win, or you don't make it down, but at least you'll learn. And on top of that, you're proving to yourself that if you lose, it's not that bad and you'll survive. Which again brings us to the definition of true inner self-confidence. Either I win and I'm good, or I lose and I'll be fine no matter what. So again, bring yourself into situations where you're bound to fail, because only then you're gonna win no matter what. Either you win, or you win by actually learning things and understanding that failing is not that bad. That means in the dating context, you would be surprised how many times you actually are able to hook a very, very attractive out of your league girl by just trying it. So many times you'd be like, this girl is super beautiful, she's taller than me, she's a model, she has way more things going for her. She would not even be close to being attracted to a guy like me, but you know what? I'll do it anyway. You go in, you talk, and all of a sudden she laughs at your dumb jokes, she's interested, and you know, you might go on a date, etc. You'll be surprised how many times you'll win by being this person that is willing to risk things, this person who's willing to fail. And there's a lot of different dynamics that are playing into that, especially with the most attractive girls that we're going to crack into in a second. But by going for the thing that almost makes you fail, you're training yourself to always go big and to not accept the preconceived definitions of what is possible, you know, the definitions that are given to you, you know, maybe by your family, maybe by your shitty friends that are trying to hold you back, maybe by the overall mainstream narrative. You're training yourself to go big and live life by your own rules, by your own definitions of success. So you can actually see it's usually always people that have mediocre results in everything that try to stay away from failure as much as they can. It really is crazy. People that get really good at something, including really good, outstanding results with really attractive women, those are the people that actively seek out failure. If you read a book, The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi, he also talks about how beta male strategy is basically try to avoid rejection at all cost strategy. Now, where does that bring you? It brings you usually to not even taking action, number one, which then leads to less confidence, which then leads to a weird amount of entitlement, which then leads to when they do end up with a girl, it's usually a more like average or below average attractive girl. That's not what you want to have. You're not watching these videos to get with an average girl. You want to get with a girl that you're really excited about, you know? So that's why you have to seek out discomfort. That being said, let's make ourselves a little uncomfortable here and set us up for failure by choosing one of the more interesting routes down here that can result in us getting a little bit hurt, that can also result in us getting really, really good at it. So let's check it out. All right, let's do this. Ooh. right. So you see, not so bad after all. Many times it's the fear of failure that makes us uncomfortable and that stuns our confidence. And that fear of failure makes us not take action. But when you say, you know what, I'm going to set myself up for failure, I'm going to do the more difficult thing, where the chances are very high for me to fail, then I am taking action, and that action in turn feeds into my confidence. You can't think your way into being confident. You have to do your way into being confident. Hope that makes sense. Now, that was a little interlude that I wanted to shoot here. Let's crack right back into the dating context. Okay, so let's talk about lowering her standards, as weird as that sounds, because when it comes to our own self-confidence with women, oftentimes it's about us thinking we're not good enough for a certain type of girl. We're thinking this girl is, you know, out of our league, and, you know, what could a regular guy like me possibly offer a high-quality girl like that? Now, the thing with that is that it's usually our own insecurities that are projecting a perfect life onto a pretty girl. So we kind of think about, well, she's very pretty, which means she probably has, you know, her shit together. She probably has a great life. She's probably super popular. She's probably never lonely. She probably never looks herself in the mirror thinking, you know, I have flaws in the face, I have flaws in my body. We literally kind of tend to put girls on a pedestal. This is something that we call the halo effect. You can actually look that up. It's a real thing. Now, the problem is that it's not true. We are projecting, because we have our own insecurities, this perfect lifestyle onto the girl, but that is not true. Anybody who's ever been with a really attractive woman over a longer period of time, be it in a relationship or even as friends, knows that even very attractive girls experience phases where they're very lonely. They feel very isolated. They don't have a lot of friends. They don't know what to do in life. They are incredibly insecure about their looks. Usually it's the more attractive girls that are more insecure about their looks, because many times they're just being narrowed down onto their looks, and they feel like, but I also have character. Do people just like me because I'm pretty? Yada-da-dee-da. There's so many insecurities that a girl has that for her, usually, it's difficult to find a literally normal guy. Let's really try to emphasize that. For a girl, a really high-quality guy is literally a normal guy. Many times, girls have such an abundance of potential sexual partners that are weird, that are creepy, or the polar opposite of that. They're flexing their money and their social status and have no real personality behind that. That they're literally craving a normal guy. A guy that they can be themselves with. A guy that doesn't try to flex all the time. A guy that can be himself as well. Not a perfect guy, not a rich guy, not a perfectly looking guy, but a guy who they can simply feel like they can be themselves. That is really it. So when you're about to approach a very attractive girl, be it on the in a nightclub, be it, you know, at your school, at university, or in the middle of the day in the shopping mall, understand that her deepest craving is a regular freaking dude that doesn't overcompensate, that doesn't try to flex, that is not creepy. A regular dude that is fun and that is easy to hang out with. That simple. So you need to lower her standards in your head. Your mind is projecting weird insecurities onto her, saying that she's perfect, you don't deserve her. No. Lower her standards. And that in turn feeds you into taking more action. And that action taking, as we said before, feeds into you becoming more and more confident. So you understand that now. Commit to failure. Don't be afraid to fail. Take more action. Lower her standards. Take more action. And you're going to be able to take more action left and right, which in turn feeds into your confidence by doing and not thinking. Make sense? Let's go. Now, one of the most underestimated concepts when it comes to developing true inner self-confidence is working on what you truly want. Now, that is applicable both on a macro level in life, with your job, with your life situation, as well as on a dating context. You want to be working on the girls that you actually truly desire. So basically, you want to be feeling in a position of empowerment. You want to be in control. Now, I remember it very, very vividly when I was studying Latin and English at the University of Vienna, and I was kind of steering towards an easy quote-unquote career as a high school teacher. And it wasn't what I truly wanted. It was easy, it was okay, it was attainable, it was definitely very, very low risk of failure. But I also felt I wasn't happy, and most importantly, I wasn't confident, because there was always this like nagging thing at the back of my head that said, hey, you're meant to do something else, you're meant to do something bigger. Or something smaller, actually, it's just something else. You're meant to do something that you truly, really like. What you're doing right now is not necessarily something that you really want. So I felt disempowered. I felt like I was at the mercy of having things easy instead of committing to something more difficult, but at least it's something that I truly want. And it's the same when it comes to women. If you want to feel truly confident, then you need to work on the girls that you truly desire, not on the girls that seem easy or desperate, or like, you know, she's cute enough for me to find her attractive, but she's not intimidatingly attractive. So it's easy for me to pick up this girl than the one that I'm actually into. Again, you're going down the easier route, and then, you know, you might have sex with that girl, you might go on a couple dates, and you feel comfortable, but it's this weird comfort, this like, I shouldn't even be doing this, why am I doing this, it's too easy, I should be pushing myself a little bit. So again, realize, go for what you want, not for what other people tell you to do, not for the easier thing, but go for what you truly want, so you feel empowered. And once you have that feeling of empowerment, it's easier for you to take action. And once you take action, again, you see common theme here, once you take action, you're going to be able to grow more and more into the difficulty of things, and you become more and truly self-confident. But Max, what about my negative thoughts and feelings? I'm trying to take action, but I always have these negative thoughts popping up, and it's just this negative loop that keeps me from taking action, and then my emotions are not on my side, and then I don't feel like it, and I feel stifled, etc., etc. I get it. That is normal. And I'm going to tell you something very, very important, and this is not even a new concept. You've probably heard me saying this before. Listen to your feelings, accept them, smile, nod, and then go ahead and do it anyway, okay? They're your feelings, not the other way around, okay? They are your little so you can listen to them, you can nod, you can smile, but then you can physically still take action. Don't wait for the moment until the negative thoughts and negative emotions vanish, because they will never, okay? It's part of the human mind that there's always weird thought loops that fuck you over. Don't wait for those emotions to go away. Simply smile, nod, and go ahead and do it anyway. You'll never feel ready. I never feel ready for any video. I never feel ready for any seminar that I do. I never feel ready to talk to any amazingly beautiful girl. Yet, I do it anyway. Feeling ready and doing anyway are two completely different concepts. You can do things without feeling ready, okay? Just on a side note, doesn't matter what your thoughts and feelings do. Go ahead and do it anyway. So before we're going to crack into the next bigger part, a little value nugget that I want to give you here is your physiology, your body language. Because on one hand, we all know that our emotions, our feelings have a big effect on our body language. You know, when you're feeling down, you slouch a little bit, you look down, you look sad. But on the other hand, what many people don't know is that your physiology also has a big effect on your emotions. So in general, work on your posture, walk upright, chin up, chest out. Okay, understand also that the way you breathe has a big effect on how you feel. When you breathe deeply, in a more relaxed, controlled manner, especially when you walk up to a girl and when you're talking to her, you'll instantly feel more relaxed and you come across as more self-confident. I know this video is more about the true inner lasting self-confidence, but these little tips can help you also on a longer scale. The more you work on your posture, the more you work on throwing your shoulders back and walking upright, the better you will feel. The more free your energy will be able to flow. Elliot Hulse talks a lot about bioenergetics, right? So understand that your physiology has a big effect on your emotions, and thus it should never be neglected. Obviously, work out, go to the gym. Obviously, learn how to breathe properly by doing meditation. All these things have a big and profound effect on your self-confidence. So a little value nugget. Hope you can execute on that right away, right? So here's the cool thing. I actually kept the best part for the very, very end. Here is by far the most important point when it comes to attaining true inner self-confidence. And I mentioned it before, action taking. Again, you cannot think yourself into gaining true inner self-confidence. You can prepare your brain, you can get your brain on your side, but at the end of the day, confidence only comes from taking action. You need to take action. Don't watch these YouTube videos and then click from one to the next and think, I'm gonna watch 50 videos before I'm ready. No. You've heard me saying this before. The rule should be, for one video, you should at least go out for 2 hours and take action. Okay, so for every hour video watched, 2 hours of action taking. Okay, I keep saying this because it is so important. You're gonna waste your time watching this YouTube video. You're gonna waste your time watching any content if you don't execute on it, if you don't take action. Now here's the cool thing though. There's smart ways and there's dumb ways of taking action. I've seen people that have been taking action for years, completely the wrong way. They never had specific goals. They never took action according to a structure. And most importantly, the biggest mistake of them all, they came from a mindset of, I'll figure it out by myself. It's the dumbest thing you can do. Why would you try to figure out things by yourself? Why would you make the same mistakes that other people have already made for you? And yet you're like, no, you know what? I'm going to do the same mistake again. It's like you watch somebody getting burned on the oven because they're putting their hand on it. And they're like, oh man, oh geez, I'm burned. It hurts so much. Got to go to the hospital. And you're like, well, I don't believe that. Let me also put my hand on it. And then you burn. Like, it's dumb. Don't do that. So obviously, you need to take action. Ideally, you take action from a structured plan, something that somebody prepared for you to say, week 1 do this, week 2 do this, week 3 do this. Then get in touch with somebody who is where you want to be in terms of results with women. Somebody who has made those mistakes already. Somebody who can understand where you are and who already walk the path to where you want to be. Now here's the best way to do that. I have a link in the description below this video. You click that link and that link brings you to an application form. You fill out that application form, it takes you 2 minutes maximum. And there you can actually pick a specific time and day where you want to have a free consulting call with us. You can actually get on a free call with my team and I, and on that call we'll just establish exactly where you are right now with your dating life, where you want to be and how to bridge that gap. Okay? And if you want to join the RSD Max mentoring program, that's totally cool. We can do that. But at the very, very least, you get a free consulting call where we're going to be giving you a battle plan that you can then go through structured step by step in order to reach your goals. That is my gift to you because this has been a wonderful journey and I'm able to enjoy this wonderful life, bringing hopefully good content to you and in turn being inspired back by you. And that's why we're part of this epic, amazing upward spiral of success, right? So again, click that link in the description or the link that pops up somewhere now. Fill out the 2-minute application, book your exact time schedule when you want to be called by us. We'll call you, we'll talk, and we'll get you towards your goal. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you're going to take action now because that's the most important part. And GG.